Gervonta Davis reportedly confronted Floyd Mayweather during a press conference, creating immediate buzz across the boxing world. And at the same time, new reports suggest that Tank and Vasily Lomachenko have restarted negotiations for a major unification showdown planned for November at 135 pounds, a fight that fans have been waiting for. Michael Benson recently shared on X that talks for a WBA and IBF lightweight world title unification between Gervonta Davis and Vasily Lomachenko are back underway after Tank's victory over Frank Martin. And veteran promoter Bob Arum has also confirmed that the discussions are continuing behind the scenes. According to Arum, this matchup would easily represent the toughest challenge of Davis's career so far, with Tank and his team reportedly excited about the opportunity, while Lomachenko is equally eager to return to the ring and test himself against the hard-hitting fighter from Baltimore. For Davis, the contest would demand a higher level of discipline and technical sharpness because Lomachenko is not the kind of opponent who allows mistakes, meaning Tank cannot afford to fall behind several rounds and simply hope to rescue the fight with a late knockout finish. Meanwhile, Floyd Mayweather took to Instagram to officially confirm his long-rumored rematch with John Gotti III, finally addressing the speculation that had been circulating for months. Their first meeting last year ended in controversy and chaos, making a second fight almost inevitable as both sides look to settle unfinished business following the dramatic clash that took place on June 11th. As soon as tensions from that night cooled down, discussions for a rematch reportedly began. Mayweather later posted an early promotional poster revealing that the event was scheduled for August 24th in Mexico City, and at first there were hints that Victor Ortiz might be the opponent. However, plans shifted and the bout was eventually confirmed to feature John Gotti III once again, while the date and location remained unchanged. Promotional material now shows Mayweather and Gotti III preparing for another intense showdown, with DAZN expected to provide the live broadcast. Mayweather wrote on Instagram that the August 24th rematch in Mexico City is an event fans will not want to miss, promising that the long-awaited conclusion to their rivalry is finally coming. Gotti himself previously explained during an interview with MMA Hour that discussions were already happening and acknowledged Mayweather's business mindset, saying the first fight generated massive global attention online and that if the opportunity came to run it back he would be ready. At the same time, the tension between Floyd Mayweather and Gervonta Davis has become increasingly visible, turning what was once a mentor-student relationship into a bitter rivalry filled with verbal jabs and growing hostility. Davis has openly accused Mayweather of avoiding a direct confrontation with him, fueling even more debate among fans. Adding to the drama, Shakur Stevenson recently spoke out in an interview where he criticized Davis for what he believes is a pattern of carefully choosing opponents while avoiding some of the most dangerous challenges in the division, including a potential fight with Stevenson himself.
So you think Tank washes you think he washes Frank Martin?
I mean, that's why he fighting him. He's picking and choosing. That's what he do. Tank take the least.
Shakur Stevenson's frustration continues to grow as Gervonta "Tank" Davis appears unwilling to finally step into the ring with him, choosing instead to face opponents who many fans believe carry far less danger. Meanwhile, Tank Davis treats Stevenson as just another name on a long list of potential rivals rather than a priority fight. Stevenson has repeatedly voiced his criticism of Davis, insisting that a matchup between them should be built carefully so it reaches its maximum impact rather than being rushed before the moment is truly right. However, Stevenson's current position in the sport does not yet bring the level of star power required to dramatically raise the stakes of a clash with Tank, especially when compared to the massive buzz created by a possible rematch between Davis and fighters like Ryan Garcia or Isaac Cruz. Those matchups naturally generate far greater excitement and commercial appeal for Davis, particularly since Stevenson's popularity is still concentrated mostly among hardcore boxing followers. Stevenson also admitted that the situation feels confusing to him, explaining that if Davis genuinely wants to prove his dominance inside the lightweight division, he should consider stepping in with a dangerous challenger like Edwin de los Santos, a powerful and highly skilled 135-pound contender known for his sharp technique and serious knockout ability. Stevenson believes that a victory over de los Santos would greatly strengthen Davis's reputation, which leaves him questioning why Tank would avoid taking on such a demanding and credibility-building challenge.
If Tank was really a risky nigga or this person he claimed to be, he would have fought Edwin de los Santos. Why not fight the nigga that actually fought me instead of the nigga that pulled out from fight?
Shakur Stevenson explained that he fully understands the complicated realities of the boxing business, pointing out that many fighters focus on taking the safest route possible while still securing the biggest paydays. He suggested that this mindset has been heavily influenced by legendary figures like Floyd Mayweather Jr., who proved that careful matchmaking can lead to massive financial success. Stevenson also made it clear that criticism in boxing means very little unless fighters are willing to prove themselves against the toughest competition available. He reminded everyone of his own accomplishments, stressing that he is already a 3-division world champion and has built a resume filled with major victories and high-level experience. When comparing careers, Stevenson pointed to the difference between his achievements and those of Gervonta "Tank" Davis, mentioning that Davis has captured only a single recognized championship, the WBA title, at 135 pounds throughout his journey. Stevenson also hinted that some fighters who could potentially challenge Tank might hesitate to step forward because they understand the danger that comes with facing him.
That's like, that don't even add up. It don't even make sense, bro. If you really like that, you see that this nigga is a big 135-pounder. He got boxing skills and power. Nigga, you will get credit for beating him. Why not fight?
However, Gervonta "Tank" Davis had no hesitation when giving his opinion about a potential fight with Shakur Stevenson. Known for speaking his mind without filters, Davis delivered sharp criticism aimed directly at Stevenson's style and abilities inside the ring. He openly questioned Stevenson's punching power and made it clear he was not impressed with the threat it supposedly carries. Tank quickly dismissed the idea of fighting Stevenson right now, arguing that Stevenson has not yet built a resume strong enough to demand that opportunity. Davis began his remarks by analyzing Stevenson's defense, claiming that while many people praise it, he personally does not see the level of speed and slick movement required to consistently avoid punches. He even challenged critics to show real moments where Stevenson smoothly slips shots, suggesting there are flaws in that part of his game. Davis also pointed to Stevenson's habit of stepping backward during exchanges, hinting that he prefers creating distance rather than standing his ground and trading at close range, implying that Stevenson may not be comfortable when fights become physical and intense.
This a game where niggas is playing like the least risk for the most money, and I respect it. They got it from the best of them. I get it, but truthfully, you can't talk to me and say anything bad about me or nothing about me if you're not gonna get in that fire. But how can I not have the experience if I'm more accomplished than this dude? I'm a 3-weight world champion, and actually really a world champion. Tank had two belts his whole career, right? They was both the same belt. He had a WBA at 130 pounds. That's the only title he ever hold in his career. Then if you really look at it, his opponents don't even want to fight me. I got offered, they try to get Pitbull to fight.
Gervonta "Tank" Davis continued his breakdown by pointing to what he believes is a limited offensive arsenal in Shakur Stevenson's style. According to Davis, Stevenson's attacks often follow the same patterns, which makes them easier for opponents to read and respond to. He argued that the lack of creativity in Stevenson's offense allows experienced fighters to predict what is coming next and set up counters without too much difficulty. Davis even suggested that anyone who studies Stevenson's previous fights closely will struggle to find moments where he displayed truly explosive or unpredictable offensive tactics. Tank's comments reflect the strong confidence he carries as talk about a possible clash continues. Known for his fearless personality and bold mindset, Davis has never shown hesitation when it comes to challenging Stevenson. He appears completely convinced that if the two eventually share the ring, he will be able to take advantage of what he views as weaknesses in Stevenson's overall approach, relying on his own power strategy and ring intelligence to come out on top.
Slip no punch. You never see him slip no punch. Go look at it. You see him back up from a lot of people. Back up, move around. He don't got no technique. And his offense is the same thing. Go look at his fights.
So you
I
feel
probably
like
put him on game.
Yeah, hold on, but you feel like it's easy work though. You like,
come on, bro.
Yeah.
Bro, I touched him with 16-ounce gloves on, and he ran. Imagine if I hit him with 8-ounce. The guy is here too.
Who? What guy?
The one that
was there?
No, the one that he sparred.
Oh,
Shakur Stevenson did not take those comments lightly and quickly fired back, making it clear that if he ever shares the ring with Gervonta "Tank" Davis, the outcome might shock a lot of people. Stevenson warned that overlooking him would be a serious mistake, saying that anyone who underestimates him will face a harsh reality on fight night. His message was simple: ignore me now, but you will regret it when the bell rings. Their constant backhand forth on social media has almost become routine, and within boxing circles, everyone knows Stevenson desperately wants that fight with Davis, yet the major question still remains: will this long-talked-about clash ever actually happen? Top-Rank President Todd Duboff recently spoke about the possibility, explaining that he believes the matchup absolutely makes sense and hopes it eventually becomes reality. Bob Arum has also expressed confidence that Stevenson would have a real chance against Davis, but the biggest obstacle is clear: Davis holds the power in negotiations as one of boxing's biggest pay-per-view attractions. Stevenson even admitted during an appearance on the $1 Million Worth of Game podcast that he cannot realistically present an offer to Davis himself because of the difference in star power. He explained that it would have to come from Davis and his team because trying to pitch a deal to one of the sport's biggest names simply would not make sense. Meanwhile, the drama around Davis extended far beyond Stevenson when during a live broadcast he delivered a fiery message aimed directly at Floyd Mayweather. Tensions between the former mentor and protege flared again after Mayweather suggested that Davis's fight with Frank Martin had been cancelled, a claim that appeared designed to stir controversy after spending more than a year away from competition largely while waiting on the WBA ruling. Davis finally returned to defend his title earlier this month. At the same time, Mayweather, fresh off his chaotic exhibition with John Gotti III, has been planning another return with talks of a future exhibition match more than a year away. He had also intended to announce a rematch with Victor Ortiz, a fighter he previously defeated in one of boxing's most controversial moments. However, uncertainty surrounded those plans after Mayweather unexpectedly missed the scheduled press conference. Davis reacted angrily to the absence, claiming it allegedly caused major financial losses and accusing Mayweather of once again misleading people. Online, he fired back on social media, calling the 47-year-old a hater and rejecting the rumor that the Davis vs. Martin bout had been cancelled. The situation escalated further when Davis suggested that Mayweather's rumored stay in Dubai is connected to unresolved financial issues. Reports claim Mayweather had agreements to complete 5 exhibition fights in 2023, but only managed to participate in 2. According to TalkSport, Davis commented on the situation, harshly expressing disappointment in someone who was once his mentor. He argued that despite Mayweather's public confidence, the reality is that he allegedly cannot leave Dubai until financial obligations are resolved. Davis doubled down on the accusation, claiming Mayweather has been stuck there for some time, and challenged him to publicly deny it if the claims were false. He even went as far as threatening a physical confrontation if they crossed paths again, showing just how deep the tension between them has become. Davis insisted that Mayweather should repay the money he supposedly owes, while repeating that if he was lying, Mayweather should immediately go live and prove otherwise. His aggressive tone made it obvious that their relationship has completely broken down. These explosive remarks highlight the growing divide between the two fighters, revealing a conflict built on years of frustration, mistrust, and unresolved issues. And the situation also serves as a reminder that in the boxing world, reputation, accountability, and integrity remain just as important outside the ring as they are inside it.
Outthrowing him. He always been like that. I gotta focus on what I'm focusing on. He already did what he had to do, bro.
For sure.
I ain't gonna lie. Me, if I did what I like what he did in the sport, I ain't gonna lie, I'd be the same way.
In a surprising twist that only deepened the intrigue, Floyd Mayweather quickly deleted his Instagram post teasing the August 24th exhibition fight, leaving fans speculating about his intentions. Shortly after, he cryptically hinted that he was stuck in Dubai, contradicting earlier claims that he was on the verge of returning to the U.S. The mystery only grew when reports confirmed that Mayweather had skipped a high-profile press conference in Mexico for his upcoming exhibition, leaving organizers and journalists bewildered over his sudden absence. Adding fuel to the fire, Victor Ortiz, originally scheduled to face the 5-division legend, was abruptly removed from the night's main event. This decision sparked outrage, with the Mexican government, heavily invested in hosting the bout on home soil, openly criticizing Mayweather's actions. Before the press conference, ESPN's Salvador Rodriguez had teased that Mayweather's next exhibition could surpass anything he had done before, intensifying anticipation for a rematch with Ortiz nearly 4 years after their first controversial encounter. Rodriguez later detailed the fight, reporting that Mayweather was in Mexico and planned to announce an exhibition against Ortiz on August 24th at Plaza Doros, noting Ortiz's 2011 loss to Mayweather via headbutt. Despite this, unforeseen circumstances prevented Mayweather from appearing at the Zocalo that day. Meanwhile, Gervonta "Tank" Davis pointed to coverage by World Boxing News highlighting Mayweather's no-show at the press conference despite promising $1 million to promote the local event. Tank didn't hold back, accusing Mayweather of scamming again, and questioning where the billions he earned throughout his career had gone. Davis challenged the narrative that the fight was cancelled, claiming it wasn't true and implying that Mayweather was using avoidance tactics to sidestep confrontation. Speculation about Mayweather's next opponent continues to swirl, with Davis openly criticizing his former mentor and claiming that his own new contract eclipses Mayweather's $200 million deal with Showtime in 2013. Boldly, Tank emphasized that by age 29 he had already accomplished more than Mayweather did at the same stage, pointing out that his proposed 67-fight agreement far outstrips the 6-fight Showtime contract, underlining his rapid ascent and growing dominance in boxing.
He was going at me. He was going at me. And I knew for sure he was going at me. That's why I went at him. There's no reason for me to go at Floyd. That's what I'm at that point where I passed him. And I'm doing it at a young age. Like when Floyd was 29, you'll see, bro. That deal that I'm talking about.
Oh, that's a part of
deal. He don't know about that yet. But that's bigger than his deal.
Damn. Wow.